In the realm of our energy, our abundance truly comes in when we're able to receive. Now, there are a lot of things in this world as to why certain people have abundance and certain people don't. There's definitely prejudice. There's definitely those real issues. But today I'm talking about energy. And I want to really hone in on mindset shifts that are going to be helpful to open your abundance, no matter who you are. It's a shift that we need to make within ourselves. And when we truly are able to make that shift within, we open up to more possibilities and curiosity about what's going on outside. So when we really take a look at our internal environment, then we get to truly move stronger throughout our lives and really increase our abundance in life. Now, abundance is financial and spiritual. We equate that with joy. We equate abundance with freedom. We equate abundance with heart-centeredness and just that feeling of fulfillment. So today, I'm going to be talking about 3 mindset shifts to more abundance and more abundance in your business. So stay tuned. Welcome to Spiritual and Ambitious. I'm your host, Whitney McNeil. I'm a certified medium and spiritual teacher, and I help spiritual and ambitious souls just like you live your life purpose through your career and attract abundance by connecting into your intuition and spirit guides. Let's get spiritual and ambitious. All right, so let's be pretty real. I'm going to say these last few years have been challenging energetically, at the very least. And you might have this mental roller coaster or emotional roller coaster going up and down, especially for those sensitive individuals. I think that if you're listening, there's a high percentage of chance that you are a highly sensitive person. And as we navigate these perceived setbacks and pitfalls, we know that all this is moving to a higher good on some level. But when we start truly not paying attention to our internal environment, we can truly feel that roller coaster and feel like our successes and failures are based on that external flow of energy. What's really important as when we work on ourselves individually and how we feel internally, then we are in flow. And we can still receive our intuitive messages. We can still receive abundance. But it's really important that we kind of buffer the energy going on outside, not ignoring it and hiding under a rock, but really understanding that I am going to feel in flow regardless of other things. Now, we're human. We have loss, we have grief, we have the sensitivity to our environment. That's why it's important to make sure that we are feeling in flow most of the time. So when those things happen, we can treat them more as speed bumps, as my mentor used to say, versus something that completely stops your car or your life. Let's talk about abundance though. And so I'm going to frame this in the place of your business, talking about entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs, but you can also take what I'm saying and apply it to your situation too. So let's talk about the success of a business. Well, we've had lots of changes in the world over the last few years. And the success of a business is largely dependent on how resilient you, the business owner, are in responding to challenges. The same applies with the success of what's going on in your goals, in your dreams, and the abundance. How resilient are you in responding to the challenges? Are you someone that wants to give up? Or are you someone that says, okay, I'm going to see this as a gift and ability to pivot. It's time to make a change. So creating a mindset shift is really crucial, and it's a crucial building block to get you out of that place of feeling really stuck or when that scarcity mindset starts creeping in. That's really important to build the abundance mindset. So perhaps you were raised with a scarcity mindset, or you didn't even know what abundance mindset was. So a simple way to look at it is seeing the glass half full instead of half empty. But there's a lot more that goes on with it. But energetically speaking, if you're somebody that only sees the negative, then you're going to continue to see the negative. If you're somebody that can see the positive, you're going to continue to see the positive. Now, I did want to say it's totally okay to feel the negative. We cannot spiritually bypass what we're feeling. We have a physical body, then we have our etheric body, which actually contains a sensitivity layer of our spirit communication. And then we have our emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. So we have physical, etheric, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Now, spiritually and mentally, we can get that, okay, this is a setback and I'm going to just roll with it. I'm going to pivot and it's going to be okay. But our emotional body and our physical body still need to release. They still needs to express. So I'm going to give you a personal example. My grandmother passed very recently, and I knew she was going to pass. We all knew she was going to pass. It was time for her to pass. She was 95. She lived a wonderful life, but her body was failing. Her mind wasn't there. And we really knew that it was okay for her to go. And I was being supportive with my mom, and I felt pretty positive, it's okay. She's going to be in a better place. I'm somebody that talks to spirit, so I know it's okay. And I was helping her with that. And then yesterday, I just was a puddle. I just cried and cried and cried all day. And my husband was trying to comfort me, and he said, honey, it's okay. Like, she's in a better place. I know she's in a better place. I was like, I don't want anybody to tell me that all the positive and why it's okay. I know that, I'm there helping other people with that. I just need my emotional body to release. And all my physical body wanted to do was rest. So this is the same situation in our personal lives and also our business lives and for abundance. It's, hey, even though we get it, we're not going to bypass those emotions. So it's okay to release, but the way that we think about it is going to be crucial. So if I was like, why did she have to go? Why it's not fair, and kind of stuck in that place, that's going to keep us stuck and we're not going to move forward. But if we're allowing ourselves to see the positive and how something seemingly as a setback can teach us something, and the positivity of what is to then come from that, and we allow ourselves to express our emotions physically through our body crying, then we can move on. So it's really important to know that it's life. We can understand the setbacks, but it's not going to keep us down. So I wholeheartedly really believe that your business, if you're a business owner, is a direct reflection of you and your energy, at least in the beginning. Now, as you build your business and you have people on your team and that kind of thing, then truly it can take on a different level. But the energy you put out into the universe is really reflected back to you. If you are busy, 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 I don't have time to see clients, I am trying to advertise this offer and nobody is saying yes to it, but you really have a packed schedule or you really don't want to see clients, then you're not going to get the clients. So you really can see how your mindset and your energy can affect what's coming to you. In that example, you'll attract situations and opportunities that are going to be similar to the vibe that you're putting out and your thoughts and emotions. So if you're kind of wishy-washy, like, yeah, I'm going to put this offer out, or yeah, I'm going to put the fact that I want more money out, but I don't know, then you're going to get wishy-washy answers back from the universe, because you have to really have that clarity of this is what it is. I feel good, snapping my fingers. Yes, this is my offer. Yes, this is my business. Yes, I'm excited about it. Woohoo! Then the universe is like, woohoo! We're going to give it back to you. But if you're like, hey, everybody, this is my offer. I don't know about it. I'm kind of not confident about it, but I'm going to put it out there. Okay, here's what it is. The universe is also going to give you that back, or will send you people that will test that boundary for you too. The same with pricing. If you're like, this price, this is my price. I feel good about this. I feel really good about it. This is what it is. Then if somebody questions you on your price, you're still going to be like, well, then this is not for you. This is my price. If you put it out there like, hey, I think this, this is my price, but like if it's too much for you, I'll go ahead and knock some off of it. You are also going to attract people that way. So that's scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. That's just an example of it. And you can even tell in my voice, it's the energy, right? It's like my voice changes when I say what I'm confident in and when I'm not confident in, and so does my energy. So let's talk about some mindset shifts. So understanding that time off from your business or career is just as valuable as time working in your business. Your spirit guides want you to relax and to receive. When you allow yourself to relax and receive, that is when you are going to get those boom moments of inspiration for your business. So if you're worried about going on a vacation or feeling like I can't take time off for work because maybe you're in a service-based business where you have to show up to get paid and you don't have another outlet for income, I'd like for you to shift that mindset and say, when I recharge myself, when my energy is leveled up, I attract clients that are in perfect alignment. And I also truly allow for spirit to come through in a more powerful way. And I'm able to make an even better impact. So I think you can probably tell I'm passionate about this. It is when I have those aha moments, when I'm doing something I love, when I'm working in my joy. And when I say working in my joy, not even working, when I'm just in my joy, out traveling or doing something that's really just fun. And it has nothing to do with my business. And when I'm not even thinking about my business, that's when I get sales. It's also when I get my aha moments and inspirations. And this might be when you get a bunch of customer inquiries or people start scheduling appointments. So it is really important to take time off with your business. And sometimes people just say, well, I'm not going to take any time off. Whenever people book, with me is when they book. I invite you to create boundaries. I invite you to really allow yourself that time off. It's going to be really important. So whether you choose a spa day and self-care, whether you choose a Reiki session, walking or hiking, or perhaps a couple weeks off, this is an investment in your health, your wealth, your abundance, and your energy. Sometimes you might be feeling like you can't spend a certain amount to go on vacation. I'm going to tell you that investment is in your business because you're going to get that inspiration and aha moments when you're there. You're going to feel inspired. And also when you go on a vacation or you're at a place that really feels like, I love this vibe. This is where I want to be living all day, or I'd love to have this as more of my regular routine. That also gives you that inspiration of, yes, this is what we're striving for in our vibrations and our feelings. And so then you also get that like inspiration and extra boost that sends out to the universe. And the universe starts sending you opportunities to help you with that. So understanding that that's really important to take some rest. All right. When we come back from the break, I'm going to be giving you 2 more mindset shifts that you need for more abundance in your life and business. As a professional psychic medium, I've done tens of thousands of readings, but I felt a call to move more fully into teaching intuition. But I still get so many requests about doing readings. So while I don't do readings anymore, I have brought in some very trusted colleagues who are now available for live 1-hour readings on Zoom. If you would like to book your psychic medium reading, go to messengerofspirit.com/appointments to see our available readers and schedule your Zoom reading today. All right. Thanks for listening and staying with me. Mindset shift number 2. Tell yourself how freaking abundant you are and own that shit. Yes. Tell yourself every day, literally, how abundant you are. And what you tell yourself every day shapes your perception of the world and your business. So if you're telling yourself, I don't have money, I hate having to deal with this, I never have the time, guess what? You're going to continue to reinforce in your mindset. It's going to be scarcity mindset. And you're reinforcing that you never have time, that you don't have money, and that you hate aspects of your business or how lacking you are in your personal life. So that is not going to get you to this place of abundance. And maybe your abundance is 6 figures, 7 figures, or maybe you don't have any kind of financial thought about it. It's just joy and love and infusing it. Sometimes people, though, say to me, I don't care about money. I just, want to live happily and joyfully. That's great, but living happy and joyfully is easier when you have money. It is easier when you're not worried about how you're going to pay the next bill. So understanding it's okay to want money. A lot of times spiritual people kind of like scoff at it. And when we're truly ambitious and we are spiritual, it's okay to have money. It's okay to want a bigger house. Maybe a bigger house helps you feel more relaxed and more spacious and free. That's the way it came in for me. So I was living with our 3 animals and our teenage daughter and my husband. And while I loved them, we were in a smaller house. And for me, I really, truly wanted to manifest more freedom and joy and spaciousness in my life and expansiveness. And that tangibly manifested as a bigger house. And so sometimes we think tangible things are bad. They are not bad. It's okay to want tangible things, but what is the motivation behind it? Is it your ego? If it's your ego, no, that's not going to work. That's going to kind of manifest and backfire. If it is for this desire of, I just love this and it really helps me to feel more abundant in my life. It helps me to have more freedom. So let's look at a new car. It's okay to have a new car. And it's like, this car gives me the freedom. And when I step into this color, or this design, I feel so joyful and it helps me to feel very abundant. That's completely okay and fine. So I always recommend to surround yourself with vibrations that help you feel that way. So whether it's eating certain foods or it's okay to buy yourself things that help you feel that way. Maybe it's the material of your clothing, like your goddess feeling of, when I wear this, I feel this. Sometimes we look at clothes as this material thing. And if we are like having this huge spiritual ego, we're like, oh, people that wear these certain clothes are silly. No, it's what works for you. What colors do you love to surround yourself? It's an expression of your energy. And also it reinforces, remember I talked about reinforcing what you're saying to yourself. When I wear this, I reinforce my abundance. I reinforce my goddess energy. So those are some examples that I wanted to talk about. But what are you saying to yourself? What are you surrounding yourself with? And perhaps you are concerned about your budget. Well, you can flip it and say, you know what? I choose to invest my time wisely. So if you're like, I don't have time for this, what you could say is, I choose to invest my time wisely. Do you see how different that is and a positive spin for it? So really, if you find yourself stuck in a negative way, you can start saying the positive counterpart every day, especially if you catch yourself saying that negative belief on and on. So let's say you say the negative thing, immediately counteract it with the positive counterpart. Like, oh, I don't have time. Wait a minute. I choose to invest my time wisely. It's just such a beautiful difference. I love that. And then feel the emotion that comes up. When I say it, it rolls off my tongue more eloquently, and I feel like, yes, this is an elevated vibration. So when we truly believe something, we start integrating it into all aspects of our lives. So when we feel confident, we demonstrate that confidence in the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we communicate with ourselves, like our self-talk and others, and the emotions that come up too. And when you change that inner dialogue, it might feel a little weird at first. However, the more you allow it into your mind and make it a normal part of your day and routine, the more you're going to start seeing it reflected back to you in your external world. So let's remove the limiting beliefs, the negative beliefs, and start affirming your abundance, your time, your energy. And what I'd love for you to do, not only with affirmations, but to recognize how abundant you are. Maybe it's time to really look at the positivity and the joy that you've brought others. Maybe it's time for you to really look at how much you've changed and shifted, how you react to things now versus how you didn't react before. Maybe it's time to look at your clientele and say, you know what? I've served X amount of people. Or perhaps just a way of looking at the differences that you've made in other people's lives and the differences you've made in your life. So some affirmations that you can totally use, you could say, I have an abundance of positive energy. I choose to spend my time wisely. I receive financial abundance, or I receive abundance. I receive positive spiritual abundance too. So really change your inner dialogue. Look at what you have received. Look at what you've given. Really look at your abundant self and start surrounding yourself with things that help you maintain that energy vibration. If you're in a house that's messy all the time and you clean it, and when you clean it, you feel amazing, then it's time to make that a little different and clean. Maybe you feel like you don't have time to clean, so you could say, I choose to spend my time wisely, and you could hire someone to come in to clean. How is it possible for me to hire someone to come in to clean? All right, let's go to mindset shift number 3. Remain open to ways abundance comes to you instead of being too focused on the outcome. I'm raising my hand on this one. Maybe you want to raise yours too if you've ever been too attached to the outcome. So this one is a sticky topic because so many people say, focus on the goal, focus on the desire of the outcome that you want, be specific about it. However, when we're too specific about the outcome, we end up really squinching the process. And then it derails the natural flow of abundance. We create a bottleneck and it's just gets stuck. So planning for abundance is fantastic. Knowing that it's here, that it's coming, that it's there. It's not even gone anywhere. It's just we are opening to receive it. So I'd like for you to kind of create the visual of you are in your home and abundance is always knocking on your door. Are you going to choose to receive it? So let's just say, are you hiding from abundance? This is one of the things I teach in Intuition Abundance Academy. Are you hiding from abundance? Or are you opening the door for abundance? And then if you open the door, does abundance have room in your home for you to stay? So you can look at this literally in your home. Like, is it gunky? Is it cluttered? Is it time to remove stuff? But also your energy body is the most important. It's like in your life, do you have room for abundance? Are you making time for it? A lot of people say they're ready for a new relationship and then they don't have any time for a date. The same is true for a relationship with money, a relationship with abundance. It's like, am I creating a void? Am I going to make space for it? So really look at, am I making space for abundance in my life? Also, am I making space for intuition and my spirit guides in my life and in my business? When we get too attached on how it's going to come in, a lot of times we think in our life, abundance is only going to come in from our business, where it can come in on a personal level. Or we think in business, it's only going to come in through this one offer, versus spirit might be giving you abundance through different ways that we need to look at, some new ways. Then when we're only too attached, we lose our ability to pivot. And naturally, businesses shift and change when we need to open to the ways in which we need to redirect our focus. Now, business owners tend to get too settled on strategies that have worked for them in past years. While strategies can be amazing, if you aren't open to new ways of connecting with your customers, then you're limiting your abundance. Now, energetically, this means that you aren't listening to your intuition. When we use too much logic, energy doesn't flow. So I want you to think of your energy and intuition like water. It needs to flow in order to prevent it from becoming stagnant. So your intuition is this flow, and we need to be open to it to see how it's going to flow. When we get too focused on numbers, when we get too focused on how the pattern is going to come in our business or in our life, like it has to be this one person, or it has to be coming in from this one offer, or this has to go through, then we start to really, really bottleneck that energy. So let's be open to how it's going to come in from spirit. Our spirit guides help us with that. And we focus too much on the expectation of how a certain strategy will bring in money, we often bottleneck that energy and financial results, just like I said. So it's important to remain open in order to receive big energy. So I'm going to challenge you. How much energy are you willing to receive? Now, if you're sitting here going, oh my God, I cannot receive any more energy, Whitney. Like it's not a possibility for me anymore to do it. I have too much going on. Guess what? You're not going to receive. You're just not. If you're someone that is not going to take inspired action and you're sitting around all the time, you are maybe going to receive great ideas, but you're not going to actually receive the tangible abundance because you're not taking inspired action. It has to be a balance. So I'd like for you to visually just create a wider vision and make room for it in your business and your life. One thing that I used to do when I was really ready for my relationship, I would sleep on one side of the bed and I would create room in my closet. I would literally create space for my relationship. Even though I wasn't dating anybody, I didn't have that person in my life. It's like, that's what you can do. It's like, I know somebody's coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and make the space. So I'd like for you to start thinking about that in your business. Like, how can you create time and a schedule for your business? For abundance in your life, how can you create more abundance in your life, whether it's relationship or something else? How can you expand that vision? So here's a quick visualization. One, I'd like for you to visualize yourself standing on a mountain and allow yourself to receive all the abundance coming to you. So stretch out your arms just really, really wide. And if you want to, you don't even have to stand. You could just lie down and just allow yourself to receive. And I love that visualization on top of the mountain because you can see all the wide perspective of the world. You're just opening to receive. You're not blocking yourself because you're literally atop of this mountain, putting yourself out there for all to see. This visualization helps you with becoming more visible, literally in your business and in your life, putting yourself out there more because it can feel really vulnerable because you're not hiding behind anything, and just totally allowing yourself to receive, just letting yourself receive. I'd also love for you to extend your arms all the way and just say, I receive and embrace my abundant self. And then do this visualization anytime you feel you need to expand. And give yourself the time off, right? That's going to be really important. So affirming your positive self-talk, giving yourself time off, and allowing yourself to remain open to the way it comes in. Now, remaining open can be this visualization or literally removing clutter in your house, which is going to be really important. Inviting your intuition and your spirit guides are also really important too. And so I want to invite you to my free 5-day Live Your Purpose challenge, where we're going to be working on your abundance mindset and the shifts that you need. We're also going to be talking about increasing your intuition and what your intuition's been telling you. We'll be talking about your spirit guides and how they really work with you and your life purpose. And then we're going to be integrating all this with life purpose archetypes. So join my free 5-day challenge. You can go to messengerspirit.com/challenge. And I cannot wait to see you there. All right, I will see you in the next episode. But for now, here's to staying spiritual and ambitious. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. And if you loved it, would you please share it with a friend? I would also love your review. And a reminder to subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can find me at messengerspirit.com, and you can take the 4 Intuitive Languages quiz and find show notes there too. If you want to connect on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you can find me at Messenger of Spirit. If you want to continue the conversation, join my free Facebook group at messengerofspirit.com/group. I'll meet you right here next week. Here's to staying spiritual and ambitious.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM. Women's voices amplified.